So hi guys, I hope you all are doing great. So I'm a ECBA certified business analyst. Today I'll be showing you my data analysis project of Power BI. Since you all know through my YouTube journey, if you haven't known, that I'm preparing for my interviews and resumes and everything. So today I'll be discussing about AtliQ Hardware, Business Insights 360. This video is going to be a brief introduction of what exactly is AtliQ Hardware. So AtliQ Hardware is a global manufacturer specializing in laptop printers and essential technology accessories. So it's a company which makes hardware, especially, and because of its global outreach now, it's facing some problems. So AtliQ Hardware has major retail partnerships, online marketplace presence, company-owned outlets, and regional distribution network, which we'll discuss further. So in the recent market analysis has revealed that concerning trends, particularly in Latin America, where we are experiencing notable sales dip and that require immediate attention and strategic intervention. So yeah, that's that for AtliQ Hardware. As you can see, AtliQ Hardware is basically a hardware company which sells to the customer. Now the customer here is Croma, Best Buy, Staples, Flipkart. So these are like the you can say retail customers, uh, and the consumer is obviously the people who buy from them, right? So AtliQ Hardware also has its own exclusive site, okay, which I'll show you further. But here, its main customer is Croma, Best Buy, Staples, Flipkart, and the consumer is a person who purchases from Croma, Best Buy, or Vijay Sales. They have their own sites. So these companies, mostly the AtliQ Hardware, they sell to these third-party customers, and then they sell to the consumers, the real consumers. So we'll discuss about that more. The current business challenges AtliQ Hardware is having is assumption-based decision, manual Excel reporting, and no single source of truth. So basically, what's happening in AtliQ Hardware is since there's not a particular data analysis team, so they're mostly the decisions are assumption based, and most of the data is analyzed in Excel. So that is also one problem which is happening there, and no single source of truth, and that's why they cannot figure out why their sales are going down in Latin America and other parts of the world. So strategic problem statement. How can AtliQ make fact-based decision and track performance across all channels globally? The critical questions drives our transformation initiative, focusing on establishing a comprehensive data-driven approach to business management and performance monitoring. So that's why now in the strategic problem statement, they are really thinking about having a data analysis team which creates a comprehensive uh, global business insight 360 in Power BI, in which they analyze the data and understand where things are going wrong, why are the sales dipping in certain regions. So there we create a project charter and background objectives. So here in this PPT, I'm just showing you some summary about the project charter. I'll show you exactly how the project charter looks. So the primary objectives is deliver quick insights, provide real-time business intelligence that enables rapid decision making and immediate response to market changes and opportunities. 100% dashboard adoption, reduce manual work, eliminate time consuming manual reporting processes, and automate data and collection analysis workflow. So the 10% profit margin increase, target improving through better insights and optimize operations, enable leadership analysis, reporting 75% effort reduction, significant decrease in manual reporting time and resources. So as you can see from this PPT, what happens through a project charter, it enables leadership analysis, reduce manual work, deliver quick insights, and mostly we show this project charter to the CEO of the company. Uh, we make it specially for them since now as a senior business analyst, I have to show the project charter to the uh, to the CEO of the company, and I have to get the approval from that charter, right? So this is how the project charter looks, okay, as you can see. So there's a project name, background information, helpful links, key players, and the objective is there. Enable quick insights for business across markets and data-driven decision making. Enable start of the day with analysis. Then the success measures are there. Timeline is there. Mostly around this, if you see, there's like 8 weeks timeline given to us. So in week 4, we should have an MVP, the minimum viable product, uh, which shows exactly how the process is going on with the analysis part. Then there is hopes and fears, project goals, and defining success. We'll discuss about this in more detail once we go forward. Um, so I would love to show you the project charter PDF, and as you can see here, we have taken some hopes and fears from the CEO. So the CEO wants data-driven decision making. Obviously, because of that reason only, they are not able to figure out why their sales are going down in certain regions. So that is the most important thing for now. Then effective communication, like effective communication in a way that the data analyst or the business analyst should convey to the CEO that there are certain resources which are needed and stuff like that. So effective communication on that part is very important. Avoid manual work. So obviously the and also effective communication also comes in part, right? Most of the people who should get the information from the analysis itself. They don't have to ask more question, and if at all they ask, then you should have a proper prompt answer for that. And then there's avoid manual work. Avoid manual work is basically, yeah, you instead of that assumptions and Excel reporting, I think this Power BI report would help them a lot in that way. And transparency in data, this is the most important part. The manager is believing, like, we are asking actually the CEO of the company that the data should be correct, because if the data is not correct, there's no point in the analysis. The fears would be data correctness and completeness. Yes, this is the one fear which the CEO has, uh, data correctness and completeness. So this is the thing, right? If the data is not correct or complete, it can have challenges while analysis, and yeah, that is one problem which fears. And the feature creep. Feature creep is basically what happens is when somebody in between uh, pitches for a feature, and that increases the timeline, right? So for that, we talk to the manager or the CEO of the company in this case, and we discuss about the feature creep and the timeline changes with them. We just tell them in advance that if there is a new feature adding, uh, because now we have a decided timeline, so it can exceed, the timeline could exceed. So that gives a proper idea to the CEO. Then the project goals is who, what, when, where, why. So executive, finance, supply chain, and marketing teams, and then unlock insights that and enable data-driven decision making. So the main crux is data-driven decision making. That's what they want, right? Let's keep it very simple. Defining success. So this is like after the analysis report is created, what defines its success, right? So it increases in sale for region growth with low growth percentage. So basically, in this, why we are making this analysis report is basic to make sure that all the higher executives and the CEO understand where they are going wrong and solve that problem, right? So obviously, if they solve that problem, there will be increase in sales in the region, which right now are not showing much sales. So profit margin increased by 10%. As you can see, track and reduce expenses, promotions, manual work reduced by X percentage, and track and reduce expenses in a way that if you see from the perspective in many companies, um, so in some regions they don't perform well because in some region the population maybe not buying much there, right? So from this analysis you understand, okay, for maybe, from this region the population is not buying, so they reduce the expenses there. So that's how that works. So that's why, data analysis and Power BI is super super important in this case. Moving forward, the project stakeholder, as you can see, Stan Kohli is Chief Executive Officer, Nick Puri is the product owner, Tony Sharma is Data Analytics Lead, Jarvis Singh is IT Lead. Okay, these are basically a stakeholder mapping kind of thing, and we can map them according to their priorities, uh, according to the levels they are. So yeah, uh, project hopes and fear analysis. I have shown you the same thing. Data-driven culture. Establish a comprehensive culture where all decisions are backed by solid data analysis and insights. Super super important. Effective communication. Improve cross-functional communication through shared dashboard and consistent reporting standards. Eliminate manual work. Complete automation of repetitive reporting tasks, freeing up resources for strategic analysis. Enhance transparency. Create complete visibility across all business operation and performance metrics. Data correctness, ensuring accuracy and reliability of data sources, validation processes, and maintaining data integrity across all systems. Scope creep, managing project boundaries and preventing uncontrolled expansion of requirements that could delay delivery. Resources shortage, adequate allocation of skilled personnel, technology resources, and budget to ensure successful implementation. So yeah, these are the project hope, fear analysis, hopes, aspiration, concern, and risk. I hope you get the point, right? Why we are making this analysis. So AtliQ sales channel architecture is the B2B customers. Our primary business to business customers represent the first tier in our distribution network, serving as our intermediaries who purchase our product for resale to end consumers. So there is a retailers, direct channels, and distributors. So retailers are Croma, Best Buy, Amazon, Staples. Direct channels are directly AtliQ exclusive e-store and AtliQ e-store. Then distributors are like Neptune in China, because there are no third-party retailers or direct channels possible. So there we mostly distribute our hardware products through the Neptune, which is the biggest distributor in China, to manage local market penetration and customer relationship. So let's go to multi-platform distribution strategy. So there is brick and mortar, there is a traditional retail store, Croma and Best Buy. E-commerce, online marketplaces like Amazon, Flipkart. Direct store is AtliQ exclusive and AtliQ e-store. Distribution network is Neptune. So yeah, that's how we are deciding about the platforms. I hope you get what exactly AtliQ Hardware is and where it sells. Um, and yeah, it sells to the customers. The customers can be the retail customers like Croma, Best Buy, Amazon, Flipkart. So Croma and Best Buy brick and mortar, and Amazon, Flipkart are e-commerce, right? And then it can sell through its own stores, that is AtliQ exclusive store and AtliQ e-store. And then it can also sell through Neptune, which in China it's important, right? I hope you understand what exactly AtliQ hardware, how it like exactly AtliQ hardware sells. So this is a diagram which you can understand. The consumer is getting it either through the retail or the brick and mortar stores, or its own stores, AtliQ stores, or the third party distributor. Okay? Okay. Let's break down profit and loss pre and post invoice analysis. Now this is super important in this case, because in this analysis we are going to mostly use all these terms, and I hope you guys understand all these terms well. So gross price is $30, initial selling price before any discounts or deductions are applied to the product. Pre-invoice discount is $2. Early payment discounts, volume discounts, or negotiated price reductions applied before invoice generation. Net invoice sales is $28. Revenue amount after pre-invoice discounts representing the invoiced amount to the customer. Post-invoice deduction is $3. Promotional allowances, placement fees, rebates, Other post-sales deductions reducing net revenue. Net sales is $25. Final revenue after all deductions representing actual money received from the transaction. And cost of goods sold is $20. Direct costing including manufacturing materials, labor, and other production related expenses. And gross margin, which is profit, would be $5, which is 20% if you see the net profit. So I hope I could make you understand through yes, this is one. I would love to make you understand through a diagram, which should be very easy for you. So in this profit and loss, I gave you a brief introduction of all these terms. Now I'll show you exactly how this works. So basically, AtliQ Hardware, when it sells to Croma, okay, Croma is a AtliQ Hardware customer, and Croma sells to consumer. Okay, I hope that's clear. So AtliQ Hardware sells at a price of $30 to Croma, but you know, since AtliQ Hardware is selling to Croma from a long time, now it gives Croma a bit of discount while selling it to Croma. Okay, since Croma is a store, so there is like a pre-invoice deduction. There is a discount which is given to Croma. So the net invoice sales. So basically, what AtliQ Hardware actually sells to Croma is $28. So after that, what happens is AtliQ Hardware, there's a post-invoice deduction. Post-invoice deduction can be, for example, if AtliQ Hardware is giving some promotion, like for example Diwali, there's some promotion, right? Or there is a placement fee. Placement fee is in a way like all these Croma, Best Buy, Vijay sales, um, they have their own stores, right? Brick and mortar stores. So there's a placement fee. Like if there is a premium placement where a lot of people are coming and looking at all the laptops, like for example Dell, HP. So their AtliQ laptop will also be placed. So there is a placement fee. So that fee is there. Plus there are other stuff which comes into post-invoice deduction, but I hope you understand the crux of it. So for that, AtliQ actually sells that laptop or mouse or printer at around $25 net sales. That is a net sales to Croma. So net sales to Croma would be from AtliQ would be $25. So Croma pays $25 to AtliQ for this laptop or mouse. Okay. Now afterwards, the cost of goods sold (COGS) comes into picture. So it can be 20. Now what is COGS? It can be freight cost, transportation cost, other costs, and different, like there are like 15 other costs in cost of goods sold, COGS. But yeah, this, if you see, $20 can be like AtliQ Hardware, like when it manufactures, from manufacturing to sending it to Croma, there is cost of goods sold, right? This is there. So the profit which AtliQ Hardware actually makes on one product, okay, the profit, there's a gross margin is $5 is something AtliQ Hardware actually makes on the $30 one, with all these deductions in place. And the gross margin of net sales would be 20%. That is 25. Okay, the net sales 25 divided by 5, which is 2%, 0.2%, and 0.2 into 10 is 20%, right? Uh, Sorry, 0.2 into 100 is 20%. So that's how the gross margin percent of net sales is calculated. So I hope you understand how this works. So basically, AtliQ Hardware is making a profit of around $5 by selling to Croma. Okay, with all the costs included and every single thing, with all the discounts, with all the placement fees, promotional offers, and every single thing, it's making gross margin of 5%, $5. So I hope you understand this very well, because this is something which would be superb. So as you can see, I think understanding the net sales, the revenue foundation. Net sales is a revenue of AtliQ. So net sale is this net sales. After pre-invoice and post-invoice deductions, we have net sales. Okay. So if you see, net sales represent the true revenue figure of AtliQ Hardware. calculated as gross sales minus both pre-invoice and post-invoice deduction. This metric provides the most accurate picture of actual revenue generation. Calculation method is gross sales minus pre-invoice plus pre-invoice deduction plus post-invoice deduction is equal to net sales. Strategic importance, key driver for profitability tracking and performance measurement across all channels and regions. This standardized approach to revenue calculation ensures consistent financial reporting across all business units and enables accurate performance comparisons between different markets, channels, and time periods. And we have also explained about COGS. So in COGS, as I told you, manufacturing cost is there, freight cost is there, other cost is other associated cost. So what is manufacturing cost? There's a production cost, production expenses like raw material, labor, equipments, and facility cost associated with product creation. So while creating the product like a laptop or a mouse, there is direct production expenses like raw materials are needed, labor, equipment, facility cost, right? Freight and transportation is logistic cost for moving the products. So if you want to move the products to Croma store, so that is one cost is there, freight and transportation cost. And other associated cost can be additional expenses including import duties, packaging materials, quality control and regulatory compliance cost. So as you can see, gross margin is net sales minus COGS. So net sales, how you get is after pre-invoice and post-invoice deduction is minus by gross margin. So and why this analysis matter? It matters to identify profit leaks, performance comparison, and regional analysis. So yeah, I hope you understand. We are going to go deep into the Power BI project too, but this is a brief introduction of AtliQ Hardware and why we are making this Business Insights project of Power BI. I hope you understand all these terms because these terms are going to be super important when we are going to move forward with the project. This is going to be a super interesting one. I love Power BI, I love using it, and I love exploring it. So I hope you like this video. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm really trying to improve my communication and trying to improve my teaching skills in a way because I love teaching. I love to make you people understand all these things because it's very important when you are getting for a job or something like that. I'm looking for a job, but I'm not thinking much about it. But at the same time, I feel that if you guys grow, I'll be more happy than anyone else because I love that. I love to help people. So yeah, thank you so much guys. I hope you liked this video and I hope you learned something from it.